Hey guys, welcome back to my channel where we discuss everything about Forex trading. In today's video, we will be talking about how to plot support and resistance levels from the weekly time frame and have them show up on your daily charts. This technique can be very helpful when identifying key levels of support and resistance, which can help you make better trading decisions. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing we want to do, guys, is we want to identify key levels of support and resistance, but on the weekly time frame. So let's switch over to the weekly. Alrighty. So now to identify these levels, you want to look for areas where price has either reversed or stalled. Okay, I say that again. To identify these levels, you want to look for areas on the chart where price has either reversed or stalled, and we're going to be using horizontal support and resistance levels. So let's look at these levels. Okay, so first thing you want to do, you want to mark off your obvious levels. So the first obvious level would be here, because price came up to this level right here and it reversed. Price came up again and it reversed. The next level that I see would be here, right? And I always mark my support and resistance levels at the highs and lows of the zone or the candle, the highs and lows of the zones or the candles. Right now you can technically see some other levels right in here. Price came up, reversed. Price came up again and reversed. Price came to this support level and reversed. Right here, it resisted right off this level right here. So we can identify and say this is a good level of support and resistance. Okay, and then that's all you're pretty much doing, guys. You're just going down and seeing what price either reversed or price stalled right here. So this would be support, resistance, resistance right here, and you just follow that. It's really easy to do, but it does take a little bit of practice. So of course you want to back test and you want to mark off, you want to get on your charts. Like I always say, you want to spend time with the charts every single day to kind of train your eyes to see what you need to see in these markets. Okay, especially when you're doing something like marking off support and resistance. So boom, you have support here, resistance here. I may bring this up just a little, but again, always remember, guys, support and resistance for the most part is not just a line, it's mainly an area, right? So you can combine these support and resistance levels with things like supply and demand, things like that, because support and resistance is never going to be just a spot on the chart. It's never going to be at a specific number. It's always an area. So keep that in mind. And when we go down to the daily time frame, I'll show you guys a little bit more of what I mean by that. All right, so here I'm marking off this level of support. You can see price came back, resist right here, boom. So this is a good level. And again, we just go down and we just mark off the obvious levels. The good thing about marking off these levels on the weekly time frame is that these weekly time frames, these levels are so strong that price will often, more than not, come back to these levels and react again. So there you go. Support, and if you look back, support, support, support. So there it is. So you see right here, we got some really strong levels. So now let's switch over. Let's go back to the daily time frame and let's take a look at what we have. Okay, so now that we've switched back to the daily time frame, now we want to identify and make adjustments to the levels that we've identified from that weekly time frame. So we will make adjustments. Okay, so now that we have these levels plotted in, so let's go in and make some adjustments, because once we switch the time frames, you may see, where you may need to move some levels up or down a little bit. So let's go ahead and make these adjustments. And here, we want to just come in here, support, 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 resistance, support. So we may bring this down a little bit because we want to react off the nearest price action, right? And in this candle, the reason I brought this down because, yeah, this candle right here had a strong reaction, but this is the most recent reaction right here. Now bring this up a little bit, basing it off that. I may bring this, may adjust that like that. But these are, looks like some pretty good levels. And also remember guys, once you get down to the daily time frame, you may need to even add a level, right? You may need to add a level for recent price action where price is starting to resist right here. So that is how we do it. That's how we mark off the support and resistance levels on from the weekly time frame, so they show up on the daily time frame. You may need to add some levels every now and then, but like I said, support and resistance, it is an area. It's not just one, one spot. This is an area. So price came up, went down, it reacted right off this level here, resist, dropped down, came back and touched it again. Now, as you can see, price traded a little bit higher than this high right here. So like I was saying, support and resistance is an area. And if you were using something like supply and demand, then you would go in and you would just make this right here a supply level right here. So at some point, price is going to come back up to this level. So you would look for just another reason to sell. You would look for a reason to sell. Maybe candlestick formation. Maybe you're getting signs of rejection off this level, but then you would just look for another reason to sell. So again, guys, so now that you've plotted these weekly levels, support and resistance levels on your daily time frame, you can use these levels to make better trading decisions. For example, if a price approaches a key level of resistance, say right here, right, you may want to consider shorting this currency pair because it came back to this level right here. Well, where support, and once support breaks through a level, it usually comes back and becomes resistance. So conversely, if price approaches the key level, you may want to consider buying, right? So right here, let me find an example. So right here, see where price resisted off this level right here, came up, it shot past the level a little bit, but it resisted and it came through. So once price went through that level again and came back and retested the level, then you wanted to buy right off this level right here, because you could use other things, other confluences like a 50 period moving average or 200 period moving average to show where the trend has reversed and price is beginning to go up. So once price came up and came back and retested this level, there was a good reason for you to buy going up. Okay. All right. So in conclusion, guys, that's it. By plotting these support and resistance levels from the weekly time frame and having them show up on the daily time frame, you can better understand the key levels that are likely to impact price action. This can help you make better trading decisions and ultimately improve your profitability in the Forex market. So give this a try and let me know how it works out for you in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Forex King.